What the Detroit Pistons have done this year is nothing short of impressive. They have quite literally gone from the cellar dwellers of the East to a top 6 record in the conference as of recording this video. At 40-32, it is highly likely that they will find themselves in the playoffs for the first time in about 6 seasons. It has been that long of a wait for fans of the Detroit-based team. The rebuild, depending upon your definition of what that actually means, may be coming to an end very quickly, and it all starts at the top. But before we dig into the leap that this team has made, do your boy a favor and smash that like button, subscribe to keep the NBA content coming, and hit that notification bell so you stay locked in. So as I mentioned before, the Detroit Pistons have won 40 games as of recording this. That would represent a massive 26-game leap from where they finished the prior year at 14-68, and this season isn't even finished yet. They could very well finish with 30 plus more wins than they had all of last year. That, my friends, is one of the more substantial win increases that we have seen as of late. And it starts at the top with new coach JB Bickerstaff, a man that is no stranger to rebuilding franchises, as he helped guide the Cleveland Cavaliers out of one during the team's most recent rebuild. Bickerstaff spent several seasons with Cleveland, amassing a respectable 170-159 record and expanding upon their progress every season at the helm. After taking over after the failed John Beilein experiment, Bickerstaff would quickly get to work changing the culture and instilling a defensive mindset in the young Cavs core. And while things ended on a sour note after Cleveland suffered a gentleman's sweep at the hands of the eventual champion Boston Celtics, JB would land on his feet very quickly in Detroit and has helped guide this Pistons team out of the darkness. Detroit has seen massive improvements to both its offense and its defense, going from the NBA's 27th rated offense last year to its 13th this season, and from 25th to 10th defensively. That is reminiscent of the work he put in while with the Cavs. JB has been the guiding force behind the team's growth, but perhaps even more important to the team's success has been the growth of former #1 overall pick Cade Cunningham, who has been fully unleashed under Bickerstaff. Cunningham is putting up averages of 25.7 points, 6.1 rebounds, 9.2 assists, 1 steal, while completing over 46.2% of his field goals, including 35.4% from 3-point range in about 35.2 minutes per game. Most of these are career best, and it was to absolutely no one's surprise that Cunningham was voted to his first NBA All-Star team this year. The entire offense tends to revolve around Cunningham and his ability to get the ball in his guys' hands. As such, he sports a massive usage rate of 35.2%, which is actually in the 100th percentile, leading all combo guards. They are heavily reliant upon his ability to create offensively. He quite literally is their offensive engine. Cunningham has been a monster and should be a lock to make his first career All-NBA team. Jaden Ivey had also been really impressive prior to his injury, putting up 17.6 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 4 assists while completing 46% of his field goals, including 40.9% of his triples. Had he not gone down, Detroit may have won even more games up to this point. Jalen Duren has also been super impactful this season as well. Not only has he been a big target for Cunningham down in the post, putting up one of the most efficient double-doubles in the NBA this year with averages of 11.6 points and 10.3 rebounds on the NBA's second best field goal percentage at 69.9%, but he has also helped anchor one of the NBA's 10 best defenses, rejecting 1 blocks per game and rates very highly on the interior. He is in the 89th percentile in rim protection, the 97th in help defensive talent, the 96th percentile in screener rim defense, and so on. Duren may not get all defensive love, but he's been a terrific anchor for their defense. Ditto for Asar Thompson, who is 13th in the NBA in steals per game with 1.7 per contest. He has racked up 84 total on the year, and he's also limiting his opponents to 43.3% for the field and is in the 98th percentile in perimeter isolation defense, as well as the 81st percentile in post defense. His ability to lock things down on both the perimeter and within the post fits right into what JB likes to do defensively. He often takes the toughest perimeter assignments on the floor, which has led to him placing within the 97th percentile in matchup difficulty this season. That type of versatility is just hard to find. Isaiah Beef Stewart is occupying a meaningful role too, giving JB a quality backup big to turn to. He's limited his opponents to 43.5% from the field and is contributing 6 points, 5.5 boards, and 1.4 blocks while knocking down 55.9% of his field goals. But it's not just about the players the Pistons have in-house and have developed. They would not be here without the help of the veteran talent they brought in this summer. Not a lot of people saw it coming, but Tobias Harris has been a valuable addition, contributing 13.8 points, 6 rebounds, rebounds, 2.2 assists, and 1 steal while completing 47.3% of his field goals. After sort of flaming out with Philly, public opinion of him tends to be all over the place, but he's been quietly productive as a role player for Detroit. Tim Hardaway Jr. has also been a decent piece as well, starting all 67 games he's appeared in and chipping in 10.3 points per game while giving Cade a drive and kick option on the perimeter. He has the 32nd most catch and shoot trays this year and will likely be a key role player come the playoffs. Hell, even Dennis Schroeder, who was acquired as part of the 5-team Jimmy Butler deal, has been providing solid minutes, adding 10.6 points and 4.8 assists off the bench. But the biggest acquisition was none other than Malik Beasley, who is currently leading the league in total triples with a staggering 281 trays. He leads the league in catch and shoot triples, is 11th in 3-point percentage, and has been about as automatic as they come from beyond the arc no matter how much attention the defense is paying him. Some of his perimeter shooting metrics are just flat out bonkers. He is in the 94th percentile in overall gravity, the 100th percentile in off-ball gravity, the 100th in catch and shoot 3-point shooting talent as well as 3-point shooting talent, and in the 99th in 3-point shot making efficiency. And while he may not be as big a threat to create for himself in this fashion, given that the bulk of his attempts are of the catch and shoot variety, he is a more than capable pull-up threat, drilling 38% of his pull-up attempts this year. One of the most impressive things to me about what they've done this year is how well they've navigated certain injuries. As mentioned before, Jaden Ivey is out for the season. He played just 30 games. Asar Thompson has only suited up for 50, and they've had numerous players miss small stretches. This has led to Bickerstaff really having to lean on the depth of his roster, leading to at least 13 players averaging over 10 minutes per game, and only 2 that are averaging over 30, that being Cade and Tobias Harris. And keep in mind, this hasn't always been a strength of JB's. He faced a lot of backlash for failing to use his depth at times in Cleveland. Things just seem to have changed while in Detroit. This has led to guys like Ron Holland and Marcus Sasser and Simon Fontecchio occupying real roles in the rotation throughout. JB, like he did for much of his time with Cleveland, seems to have connected with his players on a personal level, and they are playing hard for him. All of these things have led to one of the best seasons Detroit has experienced in quite some time, and you know what? I am genuinely happy for them. Their next win will tie the team's highest win total since the 2018-19 season at 41, and with 10 games left on the season, they actually have an opportunity to finish with their most since 2008. Here's to hoping they keep things up.